Hey everyone, it's Cheryl Barr from CherylBarr.com, and today I'm going to share with you one of the most important tools I use all the time in all parts of my life to help me make decisions that are the best for me. So stick with me and I'll share it with you now. So you hear things in the personal growth world, like how do you find your right life? How do you find your purpose? How do you stay on the path to your destiny? So this is a tool that I'm going to share with you today that I learned from Martha Beck, who writes for O Magazine, and she's written New York Times bestsellers, Finding Your Own North Star. And I was trained by Martha back in 2008 to be a life coach, and then in 2009 to be a master life coach. And this tool is probably the tool that I use regularly, and it's become a part of my life. Martha calls it the body compass. I want to tell you a story about how I use this tool to help buy the house that we live in today. John and I have lived in Portland since the late 90s, and during that time we lived in condos. Mostly I commuted up here, and we lived in condominiums in what's known as the Pearl District. And I started realizing at some point living in this urban area that I wanted to live in a home again. And it made no sense in our 60s to move from a condo back to a home. And in fact, we found a home that had a third of an acre. And we had both said we would never have that much property again because it's a lot of work to keep up. You know, when I first came to this home with the realtor, it just had the most peaceful feeling. And I knew that that was going to be the truth. That was my body was feeling really calm here. This felt like a Zen house, and the yard was gorgeous, and it felt private and peaceful. And that's what I was really yearning for, and a garden space. So John agreed to come along with the ride, and I'm glad he did because we both love it. However, I want to tell you, during the process of having the house remodeled before we moved into it, my mind would go into these fits almost about this doesn't make sense. It's not a rational decision. You're moving from these condos where people tend to downsize and move there, and you guys are moving back. So I went with this. Every time I'd start to get anxious and frustrated about, did I make the right decision? And then I would tune in. Every time I came over here, I tuned in and I paid attention. And I knew every time that my body was making the right decision because my body felt at peace. So I can't be happier with this place. And it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense for us. And that's what counts. So I want to share this tool with you, and I want to teach you how to use it, because this is a tool you can use to make buying decisions, to make job decisions, to make client decisions. Do I like how I feel when I'm talking to this particular client? Is this a fit? I use it all the time because the body never lies. The body is always your truth teller, and it's always your GPS that's going to take you, as Martha says, to your North Star, which is your destiny. It will keep you on the path if you pay attention to it. Your body speaks to you in physical sensations. And the way this works is when the mind, your left brain, the ego, the language center, has a thought. So where the mind goes, the body follows. One of the things that I would say is that when you're thinking a certain thought, I'm going to teach you how to tell what happens and your body responds immediately. So here is how you do it. So I want everybody to get comfortable, and I want you to sit and uncross your legs, and I want you to tune into your body. So I want you to close your eyes. We're going to do a short exercise here so you can get the feel for how this works. You may have spent a lot of time in your life, like all of us have, doing things that just didn't feel pleasant or comfortable to you. And your body was telling you and screaming at you, even in loud physical sensations, that this was not the right way to go about whatever you were doing. And it could have also even sabotaged you in certain situations. The truth is that our mind, or how we are socially wired and conditioned, can override the body. And this is what we want you to get back to, is your essential self, what makes you authentic and makes you happy. So get comfortable in your chair or wherever you're sitting. Uncross your legs. Let's take 2 deep breaths. And then close your eyes and relax. Now you're ready. We're going to start some visualization so you can get a sense of how this works. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to bring you back from this and give you the opposite. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look back in your memory, and we're going to find one of the places in time that was a really difficult time for you. It could have been a worst memory. It could have been of something about a breakup. It could have been about a death in the family. It could have been a loss of a job. It's a low point. So I want you to anchor that in your memory, in your mind now. Your eyes are closed, and I want you to remember in the most vivid way you can exactly what that situation felt like for you. Was your heart broken into pieces when you think about this? Go into the feelings and notice the smells. Go back to that time. Go into your senses and be as physical as you can about this. And the textures and the sounds and the smells, what was going on. And as you hold this memory in your mind, you're going to feel some of those same emotions you felt at that time. So I want you to go inside and notice where you feel them and name them. Is that tight gut? Is it constricted chest? Is it your throat feels tight? Do you have tension in your forehead? Go inside and name it. Tight shoulders. And then I want you to rank this. I want you to rank it on a scale of 0 being neutral and -1 to -10. And -10 would be the worst experience. So I want you to rank it. So give it a number. I want you to rank it. And we're going to compare opposite here. So you've noticed where you feel it. And I want you to notice, are these typical places that you notice tension and stress in your everyday life? When you're really tense, are these the same places? I want you to get to know them. That's why I want you to notice and name them. This is your signal. Your body is talking to you. Okay. So now you can open your eyes. Let's take some deep breaths. Get rid of that. Let's take another one. Now I want you to go inside. I want you to close your eyes again. And I want you to go inside, and we're going to find a time that was one of your best memories. Okay, so close your eyes and go to a time that you felt happier, that you felt so happy. Was one of those peak experiences in your life. And I want you to go into your body again and feel the sensations. Do you feel your energy is different this time? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel butterflies? Do you feel energetic feelings? Just notice and name those physical sensations. Okay. Now I want you to take your ranking. We're going to rank it again. 0 is neutral. And then a +1 to a +10. +10 is your best, highest, happiest. And rank it. Is it a +6, a +8, +10? And notice how your body communicated to you with these physical sensations. So the real benefit of doing this exercise is that you have learned, and it shows you how you can change your internal state while just sitting in a chair and doing nothing but focusing on your mind. Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor says, she's the author and neuroscientist who wrote My Stroke of Insight. And she actually had a stroke in her left brain and recovered and wrote about it. She says it takes 90 seconds for your mind to think a thought and for your body to take it into a physiological state. And that's exactly what we've just done. So Byron Katie always likes to say your body is innocent. And I love that because the body is really along for the ride. And your body is innocent. And what we're really looking for here is how you can use your body in instances where you need to make a decision. Just notice how your body feels when you're thinking about maybe a big purchase you want to make, and just go to the sensations and follow it and start using it in little ways. So your action item this week is to use the body compass. If you're about to make a purchase decision, decide using the body compass. If you are out and about and want to go to a movie but you aren't sure and you're picking movies, use your body compass. What would I most rather do? And hold that in your mind while you notice, name what your body's doing, and decide from there. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, share it with your friends. And if you want more actionable tips like this each week, sign up at CherylBarr.com, and I'd love to hear from you. See what you did. So I hope this works. Thanks, everybody.